Raw puppy food is the best way to feed your pup, and we're going to tell you why. My name is Mark, and I'm CEO here at Bella+Duke. We've teamed up with leading industry experts to cover what goes into a natural raw diet and the lifelong benefits of switching. We'll finish with our experts' top tips for switching your pup onto a raw puppy food, arming you with everything you need to ensure your pup leads a long, happy, healthy life.
I think it's safe to say that that's going down a treat.
The dog food industry is the only industry that I know that the medical professions say that processed food is better than natural food. If that was your doctor, you'd go, this is crazy. There are 8.7 million species on planet Earth, and most of them eat raw. It's only the humans and the domesticated animals we feed which eat processed food. If you think of birds, tigers, wolves, bears, dolphins, they all eat raw, and so do their young. So in Bella+Duke, we lead very much with science, and also proof is in the pudding, or in our case, in the dog food, where we're seeing amazing results across the UK.
I was sceptical at first. Finally picked up the courage to switch. It was the best decision I have ever made. My girls love their new diet. They are absolutely thriving.
Your puppy's digestive system has naturally evolved to eat raw. It's simplicity at its best, perfected by nature. They don't simply survive on it, they absolutely thrive on it. To live their best lives, your puppy needs a full spectrum of digestible amino acids that are found within healthy premium raw. These help provide a consistent source of energy rather than the roller coaster of additives and starches found within highly processed food. What's more, healthy fat found within raw is critical for building healthy cell membranes, and the antioxidants found within the meat, offal, vegetables and seasonal berries all help to neutralize those cancer-causing inflammatory rascals, free radicals. This not only has a knock-on effect on your puppy's health, but their learning, behaviour, focus too.
You know, food is really important for our emotional and physical health. If we don't feed our bodies properly, then our lives are going to be compromised, and they'll probably be a lot shorter. You will find your dog has got a longer attention span. Their learning ability is up. They retain the information far better, and generally, behaviour improves.
The nutritional difference is second to none. Their coats, people come by and ask to pet them, and the first thing they'll say is, "Oh my God, their coats are so soft," and fur. Their coats feel like fur.
And so generally, I would start when they receive them at 8 weeks of about 4 meals in the day. Which then I decrease at about 12 weeks down to about 3 meals a day. Usually by 16 to 20 weeks, you're on 2 meals a day. And most people generally will stick with that for the lifetime of their dog.
You can introduce the food slowly. So you would have dry food one day, 100% dry food and no raw. The next day you might have 95% dry food in the bowl and a little bit of raw. And then over the course of maybe a week, over the course of 14 meals, however you feed your dog, you slowly increase the raw and decrease the dry. And that can help avoid picky eaters.
She just flourished. She adores dinner. She gets so excited. She does like a little bum dance. She got calmer. She's just packed on muscle rather than fat. Like she's just such a nice shape now. And she's just got so much energy as well. Like we've just noticed such a difference.
The calcium-phosphorus ratio feeding puppies and its relation to larger breeds. I think that in the 90s, they thought they had it sussed that they were feeding just a standard level, a standard ratio, calcium-phosphorus ratio to giant breeds, the same as to medium and small breeds, and they found that when they did that, the giant breeds got too much calcium, and there were problems, major problems.
Because the thing about kibble is that it's one formula for the whole of their puppyhood?
My experience over 25 years of feeding raw food to dogs is that you do not need to worry about this too much, because the dogs will sort themselves out. If you're giving good quality uncooked bony material as your source of calcium, and you're feeding good quality phosphorus within the meats that you're feeding, and you've got a variety of bone and you've got a variety of meat going on, even for puppies, they will sort themselves out, as they have been for 1,000,000 years.
Well, you've got to remember, your puppy is growing, okay? So you're generally going to have received your puppy at about 8 weeks of age. You've got to expect that your puppy's going to need lots of energy in that time. And that's much higher amounts per body weight. So often we're talking 5 to 10% of their body weight in raw food will be fed each day in order to sustain the growth rate that your puppy needs.
Yeah, and that's because they're going through these huge growth spurts. Their brains are developing, which takes a lot of metabolic activity. We need to provide all the nutrients for those healthy bones, joints, articulations, tendons, ligaments, and of course for all their organs to develop accordingly.
Call your dogs into the kitchen and shut the door. Pop the radio on, make yourself a coffee. Spend about 5 or 10 minutes in the kitchen just preparing the scene, and give you and your dog time to relax. Grab the food out of the fridge and put the portion on a flat plate. To bring the temperature up and make it more enticing, let's put some warm bone broth drizzled gently over the top, or just some warm water. Pop the board down with the food on it to a place where your dog is going to feel comfortable eating. Avoid putting it in passageways, hallways, or even in the corner of the room. They need their 360 vision to eat in comfort. Once you've popped the board down, take a few steps away and sit down with your back towards your dog. Your dog can then eat uninterrupted. Whatever the result, we are teaching your dog consequential actions. Walking away from food, they are saying very, very clearly, I'm not hungry. So present the food at the next designated mealtime in exactly the same way. And do refrain from giving any food treats whatsoever between each meal.
If they're moving onto a raw diet, they're moving their dog towards optimum nutrition, and that's the part that really matters. Whether that's overnight, whether that's over 2 days, 4 days, or a week, what matters is the rest of that dog's longer, happier, healthier life.
Don't get bogged down in the what ifs, you know.
I know breeders who've been feeding kibble for years. They go to raw and they're terrified until the pups go, and they are just delighted with the growth, with the development of those pups. They are surprised at the beauty and the simplicity that raw offers. A good, balanced raw food diet offers.